3, 2, 1, and go. See the wheel spin? 60. Listen. What's going on, guys? Car Review Guys here. My name is AJ, and this video is going to be all about comparing my C8 to my 2015 Audi R8 V10 Plus. So, going to be some talking, going to be some comparisons. We've done different drives separately, so if you want to see all of the driving portions, I will put some of the links down below as to how they drive and taking them on drives, all the performance stuff. I might lay over some different things here or there, but we're directly side by side going to compare them. So if you were to go with not the V10, you were to go with the V8, they're right in the same category. So what car is best for you? Let's find out. So taking a look just right off the bat, the C8 is a bigger car. Just looking in the frame of the camera, it is longer, and that makes sense because there is more storage space in the C8. So that's going to be topic number one, storage space. So if we come up to the C8, and yes, I do drive my car, so you're going to see some bugs on there, but it's all covered in PPF. There's a button straight under there. You hit it and it will pop up. This in particular is a 2021 3LT. Now, that doesn't change anything for storage space, just some of the options in the interior, as many of you know, and you can fit a carry-on suitcase straight down in there. I have a short with a C8 fully loaded for storage space. So if you want to see that, again, go check out the channel, type it in. I've done measurements, all of that for you. So you have that storage space with storage space there. And then if you come around to the rear, again, many of you know this, but some of you may not, especially if you haven't ever considered a Corvette. So if we press back here and open this up, obviously you have the engine, but you can also fit 2 golf bags back here. Yes, you can fit 2 golf bags. I have done it on many different trips in my C8. You got to be smart on how you pack it in there, and I have a video showing you that as well if you would like it. But I love the storage space in the C8. Let's go ahead and close that. Now, if we come over to the R8, and we take a look, obviously in the rear, there is no storage space, and you have to hit the key here. Hold it down, it will pop up. And you can see I'm missing the Audi emblem on mine, and that is because, again, PPF on the front, and previous owner did not put it back on there. Now, I've got this off because I use a battery tender just to keep the battery good. SeaTac is definitely the brand to go. If you want to do that. Nonetheless, same thing. You can fit a carry-on straight down in there, and you also have more space over here as well. So you can fit a few pair of shoes, backpack, whatever you would like. Now, the one thing the R8 has that the C8 does not is located on the inside. So let me unlock it. Hold on. You do have an old style key fob, right? So it's not keyless on this 2015. However, not a big deal. Let's go ahead and open it up here. And there is storage space back behind here. So if I were to pull that forward, you're going to see there is a net and a shelf located right there. Now, it is really tight, but you can fit 2 golf bags stacked up right here. Now, again, it depends on how tall you are, because your seat does have to go forward just a little bit, but it will fit. And you can take this net off. They have little things. You literally just pull them, come off, and that's it. They are really, really easy to use. Helps if you can see. There we go. And so that's really nice as well. So it does have a little bit of storage space back there. The C8 does not have. C8 obviously has more storage space. Now, as noted with that, take a look in the camera frame and you can tell it is definitely a shorter car. You're at about 14.5 feet, and I believe this is like just over 15 feet, 3-4 inches. I don't know, give or take 1 or 2 inches, but it is a little bit bigger. Now, let's talk some of the pros and cons of both, and this is probably more what you want to hear. Now, this is the V10 Plus. Again, I have the carbon ceramic rotors, as you can see there. Very expensive, however, way less brake dust, which is super nice. If I was going to be tracking the car, carbon ceramics are super nice as well. Generally don't have any brake fade, and they work phenomenally. Now, obviously on the C8, that is not an option unless you get to the E-Ray or the Z06. The E-Ray, it is standard. On the Z06, it is an option for carbon ceramics, so we do not have that. You can also see these are not factory wheels on mine. They're C8Z replicas, and if you want to check those out, I will put the link down below. They're oewheelsllc.com, and if you want 10% off, do CVG in the promo code. They are very, very good quality and quite affordable. Pros and cons, cons and pros. Now, let's go ahead and get it out of the way. This has the V10. Right? So the V10, a super special exhaust note, and this one in particular, again, V10 Plus, I've got carbon fiber just everywhere. This car is decked in carbon fiber. You can see it on the wing, see it down here on the rear diffuser, it's in the engine bay, it is here on the side blade. We have side skirts that are carbon fiber. Coming on up front, we have carbon fiber on the front lip. And then obviously you probably already saw on the interior, but if we open this up, we have it here on the door, we have it here on the door sill, and then it wraps all the way around. A lot of carbon fiber. So if you're wanting the wow factor or whatever at car shows, not only does the R8 bring that, and the C8 really doesn't because there's so many of them, it's just one of those things that it just makes it feel special having all the carbon fiber. And you go to a car show and people are like, holy cow. And it's just neat, and it looks really good. It's well done because it's all genuine, real carbon fiber. And again, to that point, the R8 brings the wow factor. You take this and you're gonna get a bunch of pictures, right? Like that's what the R8 is. It is a special car. There's not as many produced as you would think. Like for this as example, in 2015, US spec per R8 forums in a V10 Plus coupe, there are like 37 of these ever made. Price point, I got this car dead at $100,000 all in. That is what I am in this car. That car, and it has 30,000 miles, clean Carfax. This one over here, I am in it for, I believe, 63 total, including shipping to my house. And that is CPO'd 11, I got it with like 10,500 miles. I put 1,000 miles on it. So that's your price difference, right? You're looking at basically 65K roughly to 100K. That's your difference. Now, performance-wise, that's the meat and the potatoes because that's what people really care about. On one hand, you have the V10. The V10 sounds incredible. It sounds so good. You have the Capristo exhaust on this car, so it's a little bit of cheating in the sense of this has an aftermarket exhaust. And I'm gonna be quiet for a minute or two and just enjoy. This just has the simple NPP exhaust from the factory, so the performance factory exhaust. 3, 2, 1, and go. See the wheels spin? 60. Sound, R8's the winner. There's no question. The R8 wins the sound category. Now performance, right? To be honest, they're probably about the same. If we were to line these cars up right now, it would be very similar. R8's going to win off the line. It's all-wheel drive quattro. The C8 is not. It's going to spin its wheels. Even though on paper it's 2.9 and that's like a 3.3, I can assure you that R8 takes this off the line 98% of the time. That's just the reality of having all-wheel drive. It's super consistent on how it launches, and that's definitely going to win. Now, up top-wise, I don't know. I mean, it would be super, super, super close. I mean, these cars are probably literally within a car length of each other, even at a half mile. They are incredibly close, which is, again, why the C8 is such an insane value. Now, that's basically the performance, right? Braking, obviously the R8 is going to win in this case because I have carbon ceramics. This does not. But next is obviously features. Features, I think, are very important. Now, this is a 3LT, as I already said, so this car is almost fully loaded. It's the highest trim level. It's only missing one option, and this is a non-Z51 car, which is going to help it for like track performance and stuff like that. With that said, it does have mag ride, and I do also have front lift. Now, you can just see how gorgeous this is, right? You've got the carbon bucket seats, GT2. They look really nice. Looking up, you can see it fit and finish is really, really nicely done. Now, let's go ahead and step on in here to go ahead and show you just some of the features. And you can see I've got the front lift, like I already said. We have heads-up display, which you can't see because it's not on at this second. And you can see we have heated seats, we have cooled seats, we have a heated steering wheel. You have a digital rear view mirror, which is why I have this blocked off behind us, because it keeps it cooler in the cabin on trips and stuff like that. And I can still see out the back with that digital camera, so that's nice. You have HomeLink, and of course you have memory seating, and that is on both sides, even the passenger, as you can see there. So this car is loaded, right? Navigation, it's got everything. Like, it has a ton of features. So let's move on over to the R8 and let's check that out. And one thing people seem to forget, again, this R8 is a 2015, and the base technology in this car really is modeled after a 2007 model. Now you're gonna go, US spec is 2008. Yeah, but this car was being designed well before 2008, and in Europe, I believe it launched in 2007. So if we step in here, taking a look at some of the technologies that this car has, and you're going to notice that you've got analog, right, on left and right. Doesn't have a digital display like the C8. There is no heads-up display. You have a same mirror as a Volkswagen Beetle. You have up here as well, same as basically a Volkswagen Beetle, also in a Bugatti. So you can look at that either way you want. Coming down here, you can see as far as the tech goes, it is obviously quite small, right, for a screen, and it is not a touch screen. You are going to be using this dial, all these little buttons. That is what that's going to do. This does have the updated S-Tronic transmission. So many people do not know that. And I'm not insulting anybody, but so many people do not know that. It is a DCT 7-speed transmission, just like the newer Gen R8. The only difference is gearing ratios. That is pretty much it. And maybe slightly of a tune, transmission tune. Other than that, I mean, at a core, it is not an R-Tronic. It is not slow. It is not laggy. It is fast shifting. That is a DCT, which is huge in performance. And that's why these cars are literally probably neck and neck. Now, keep in mind, you're at a 2021. This is a 2015. Okay. So again, all of this stuff is missing features. Of course, it's older. Now, you do have automatic temperature control, but it is single zone. The C8 is dual zone. You have heated seats, and that's it. No cooled seats, nothing like that. You do have a sport mode. There's no front lift as well. If you had the factory wing, it does have active aero. That's one thing it has. It has a little wing that goes up and down. And this little controller, again, is the Capristo, because I have a valved exhaust on this car. And then up above, you have Alcantara everywhere. It's super soft, even on the pillars. Same thing. C8 is the exact same way. Now, the steering wheel, flat bottom, and steering wheel, obviously, on the C8 is flat on top and bottom. You have nice paddle shifters on the R8, and you're going to notice there's not any memory seating. Now, The trick to that is there is memory seating, but it goes by the key fob. So key 1 is going to remember your seat every time. Key 2, whenever you get in, if it's the second key, it's going to move to whatever that setting is for that key. So, but anytime you move it, it's automatically going to adjust to whatever you move it to. There's no way to like set it. It just remembers the last time that key fob had it. So cool, but also a little gimmicky, right? Because if someone gets in with your key fob and moves it, your memory seating is gone. You're going to have to reset it the way you like it, but nonetheless, it does have it somewhat as to where the C8 has the buttons. You just click it, you're good to go. So a lot of pros, a lot of cons to both. Now, newer C8, obviously, less maintenance. Maintenance cost is more affordable. Stuff on this is definitely more expensive. The one thing you have to watch out for in an R8, if you're considering one, is the AC compressor. It's almost an engine out type deal. It used to be a long time ago. I think they figured out a few things to not actually pull the motor to make it a little bit cheaper, but it's still an expensive repair. I think you're looking at anywhere between $4,000 to $6,000 for an AC compressor replacement, and that's really about it. On the V10 Plus, this does not have the mag ride. That's the button. It's missing. So whenever that's missing, you can tell it's a V10 Plus. And the reason it doesn't is because it just has coilovers. I guess Audi was like, yeah, it performs good, and we don't want it to have problems like all the other mag rides have had. So if those are leaking, you're looking at about a $2,000 repair. And then if you have an R-Tronic, an older one, you got to look out for the single disc clutch on the R-Tronic. Those things do not last very long, especially if you're not careful. Like reversing uphill, that will absolutely destroy your clutch, no question, very, very quickly. So a lot of pros, a lot of cons to the R8 and C8. Now the question becomes, what would I pick? At the end of the day, between the R8 and the C8, what am I going to pick? And I am very, very simply going to be taking, for the money, I'm taking the C8. And the reason I say that is because there are more people that can afford the C8. And as amazing as the R8 is, and the V10 sounds incredible, do not get me wrong, I love that car. But for the money, this is 100,000 and 10 years old. This is newer with all the tech. And again, performance-wise, the C8's basically there. That's the truth of the reality that the C8 offers. And so many people love ragging on the C8, but it's a lot of car for the money. It just really is. Now, that's no knock on the R8 either. It's way more special, meaning like if I go to a car show or I'm out and about in town, everybody's taking pictures of the R8. I mean, like I have people flagging me down literally to just pull over and talk about it, stuff like that. Don't get that in the C8. You get a thumbs up in the C8 or something like that, which is kind of nice, going a little more incognito. And again, it's no knock on the C8. I'm just pointing out pros and cons to both if you are considering them. But at the end of the day, value-wise, maintenance, cost, what the average person is going to be able to afford. And I'm not saying everyone can even afford a C8. I am not saying that. But you are more likely, if cars are your priority, can afford a C8. It is not that unbelievably expensive. Again, looking at 60-some thousand, a lot of these newer SUVs are $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. So it all depends on your needs, your wants. But again, I'm taking the C8 if I had to pick between the two. That doesn't mean one day I won't sell the C8 and keep the R8 because maybe I get an E-Ray. The E-Ray to me is like the ultimate car. Now, if they made a Z06X, meaning all-wheel drive with the Z06 engine, that's the car. Like I would sell both for that car right now. Like that is the car in my mind. Best value, best bang for your buck. You get the exotic sound. However, they don't make that quite yet. So we're between these. And again, if I had to pick, I would take the C8 for value. It's the best value car. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. In the next videos for these cars, we'll probably do official reviews so you can get the stats, figures, stuff I feel like you guys would want to know on these. And in the meantime, again, we have driving videos and stuff on both. Feel free to check them out. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.